Hey, this is Life with Shauna Renee here, back with another video. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This video is about creepy road trip from hell. Let's watch the video.
I was debating on if I even want to make this video because I'm tired of talking about this because I've had to talk about it so many fucking times, but it's still not sitting right with me. So here's a story of my road trip from hell. So me and my partner and my two dogs were planning on moving to Arizona from Washington for a while, okay? And our cars both weren't going to make the road trip. So we decided to sell both our cars and get a new car for the road trip down. Now, for those of you who don't know how far apart Washington State and Arizona State are, they're about 2 states apart, okay? You go through Oregon, you go through California, and then you hit Arizona. I had been asking a lot of people on what electric cars they think were the best and affordable at the same time. And a lot of people said the Chevy Bolts that had their recall done were very, very reliable for an electric car. And I really wanted to get an electric car. That was a mistake. So we got the Chevy Bolt with the recall done, so to say. And we headed down on Friday like we planned, and our goal was to get there on Sunday night. And it was a very realistic goal because we would only be doing about 7 to 8 hours a day, including charging, right? I also want to state that I got the Chevy Bolt from a Chevy dealership. Like, it was an established Chevy dealership that I got the Chevy Bolt from, okay? I got a 2018 Chevy Bolt, and they assured me that the recall was done. It had just been worked on. The 12K battery had just been replaced. I want you to keep that in mind, okay? The 12-volt battery had just gotten replaced, and they said there should be no issues with it. And after we bought the Bolt, we were planning on moving like that weekend, okay? So we literally got the car the week of our move. Like, we were moving and doing the road trip that weekend that we got the car. So on Friday, fast forward, on Friday we're leaving, right? Our apartment is empty. We have like our new place to get to. We're all excited. The dogs are in the car. I have 2 dogs, by the way, a lab and a golden, and they're both large dogs. I had 2 Airbnbs planned for the trip, right? One for Friday, one for Saturday. The first one was supposed to be halfway through Oregon, and the second one was halfway through California. And on Sunday night, we were supposed to be staying at my boyfriend's family's log cabin in Arizona, and then making it to our actual place Monday morning when the leasing department opened up. So Friday goes smoothly. We get out of Washington. We go down to Oregon, and we spend the night halfway through Oregon. And up until now, everything is going smoothly. And then Saturday rolls around.
I don't know, electric cars and you're driving that far. I don't have a car, but if I was going to do something like that, I would get a car that has oil, because at least it'll last a little longer. Whereas if you're taking that long trip, you don't know where you're going to be able to like charge your car and how far it's going to be and all that. I don't know. Let's watch part 2, which is in this video. So we're going to do part 2 now.
Our car needed a charge, so we found a really small trickle charger that was like the only one in a radius. And after we had a certain amount of charge, we decided to go to a faster charger that was about half an hour down. Okay, we get to that faster charger. It turns out that those charging stations are broken, and we're like, okay. So we find one in adjacent to those chargers. We find another trickle charger that is at a casino. So we go over there and we attempt to charge our car. At this point, it's already 12 o'clock and we're past where we should be during the day. We were supposed to be at least close to being in California by then, but we were still in Oregon, and it was fine because we just couldn't find a charger. Like, that had nothing to do with outside factors. It was just because we couldn't find a charger. We ended up staying at the casino's parking lot for like 2 hours trying to charge our car, And then we eventually went inside and was like, why is it not working at all? And they were like, oh, by the way, it's broken. We just haven't put a sign up. And it had been broken for about 3 weeks. So, shitty on them. But again, we weren't phased that much. We just got a tow to another charger. So we get towed about an hour out. And it's inside of like a Walmart parking lot. And it charges, okay? The car charges. But at the end of the charge, when the battery is full, it says 12 volt stopped working, right? We get a warning sign saying that the 12 volt stopped working. And if you remember, the dealership said that the 12 volt literally just got changed before we bought it. And we were kind of like, I don't know what to do. And then we went into Walmart. Walmart didn't have the battery we were looking for. So we went to an auto shop across the street. That was like a local auto shop. And the battery we needed was about $300. So we didn't want to spend $300 right away, okay? We tried going to the Walmart auto shop center or whatever and trying to get them to jump our car. We literally spent the whole fucking day there. At this point, we were supposed to be halfway through California, but we stayed at Walmart trying to jump the car and trying to get it to work, right? At this point, we're doing everything we can. We're literally walking around trying to get help. And so we end up pushing the car. I put it in neutral and we start pushing the car to the back where the auto shop is so they can use like the heavy duty jumpers instead of like the little box ones. And it still doesn't work. So we cave in, we buy another battery for the car, another 12 volt battery, even though it supposedly had the 12 volt replaced right before we bought it. And we find an Airbnb close to where we were at because it was already like 9 o'clock. And we just called the day a loss because I had an Airbnb saved for that night and my boyfriend had to buy a new battery. So we're already $500 out, okay? It's Saturday rolls around. We're already $500 out from this car. And then we call it a night. We stay in the area. And then Sunday morning, we attempt to drive down. But as soon as we drive down or try to drive down, the car says 12 volt not charging, as in the big battery was not charging the little battery. So the little battery, the battery that we just spent $300 on, was about to die again. So we pull up to a Chevy dealership and we just want to trade the car in, okay? Like our dogs were stressed as fuck yesterday because they were sitting in a hot car. It's summer, y'all. We had no AC going. And we go into the dealership and we say, hey, can we trade this car in? Can you look at it? Can you guys do something about it? And they're like, it's Sunday, our maintenance guys are closed, like we can't do anything. If you stay the night, we can possibly look at it tomorrow. But again, we have to be at our new place Monday morning. So we're like, we can't really stay the night. We're supposed to head down, like we're on a road trip. And we're kind of homeless right now because we're not even gonna be able to make it to the second Airbnb with how this is going right now. So at this point, we're kind of just contemplating on what we should do. And we decided to try to drive down south. We're like, maybe we just needed to drive the car a little bit more for the big battery to charge the little battery. And so we start heading down south to California. We literally cross over the border and the car dies on the pass. Okay, we're literally stuck on a mountain in between Oregon and California. It's like 110 degrees outside. The AC stops working. We're stuck in the car. Our dogs are stuck in the car. And I can't take them out because we're on like a major fucking highway. Like I can't just open the door for them. And they're panting like crazy. I'm doing what I can to cool them down. I'm getting ice out of the cooler, trying to give it to them. I'm doing literally everything I can to keep my dogs from overheating at this point. And we call a tow. And this is our second tow of the weekend. And we say, hey, we're about, 5 miles.
This trip should have been with a car that has gas or oil, because those type of charging cars, you don't know how many places may have a charging station that works. But what do I know? I don't drive, so I don't know. But I'm just thinking common sense. But what do y'all think about this video? I mean, have you had a car that you had to charge and it worked out for you? A long distance road trip. Comment below. Love to hear the story. This is Life with Sean Renee. There's a part 3 and I'm about to do the video now. More videos on the way. This is Life with Shauna Ray. Bye.